Welcome to our Heritage Day celebration for 2020. Due to the lockdown, we cannot have our regular commemoration service, but we invite you to share this video on social media so that we can cherish and celebrate our heritage in this way. Dr. Rensha Landman from the Centurion Heritage Society is going to share some history of the Anglo-Boer War and of the Irene concentration camp.
During the Anglo-Boer War of 1899 to 1902, the British applied a scorched earth policy that destroyed thousands of farm buildings, and the women and children were sent to the concentration camps. The Irene camp was opened in 1901, and right from the start the management of the camp was terrible. There was never enough food, tents, blankets or medicine, and the residents of the camp had to try survive in the most challenging circumstances. Tents were scorched by the sun, and when it was raining, everything, including the few blankets, got wet, since these people slept on the ground. Food rations were never enough, and most children were thin and weak from hunger. Diseases like cold, malnutrition, flu, measles and bronchitis wreaked havoc on the cold and hungry children, and more than 1,500 children died in this concentration camp. The concentration camp cemetery was turned into a memorial garden that it is today. The names of the children and the women who died here are engraved on the memorial stones in alphabetical order. According to the latest information, there were 1,610 deaths in this camp. But a project done by the students of the University of Pretoria indicated there are still quite a few tombstones that aren't on the list. So the real number of deaths could be much more.
Irene was one of 50 concentration camps that were scattered over 8 of the 9 provinces, and in total more than 35,000 women and children died in these camps. The original gravestones are being stored temporarily in this shipping container. Cemetry from the Centurion Heritage Society is going to tell us more about it.
The gravestones of the women and children who died in the concentration camp is an important piece of history that we could luckily preserve until today. These gravestones were hand-carved by the friends, relatives, family of these children who died in the camp. And if you take into account that the tools they were limited to little knives, nails, tin cans and stones, they made the most incredible designs and detailed carving work. Look at this bird, for example. It was carved out with the most exquisite details. These gravestones show the character and mentality of hope that these people still had in the most dreadful of circumstances. The gravestones were mounted on the walls in the memorial garden, but unfortunately due to the fact that we lost quite a few of them, we are now compelled to keep them locked up into this container, and hopefully one of these days we will have the funds to exhibit them in a proper museum.
It is heartbreaking that we cannot share these beautiful gravestones with other people. So therefore an architect offered to design a building in which we can put the gravestones on display. This building will protect them from the climate and will keep them safe, while people can still see them and appreciate them. The building will have a screen on which we can display videos and information about the concentration camp. There will also be a database where people can search for their relatives who were in the concentration camps, and then they will be able to access all kinds of information about them. We unfortunately do not have the funds for this building yet, so if you would like to make a contribution, we would really appreciate it. You can see the banking details in the description. We really want to make the information about Centurion and the concentration camps freely available on the internet so that everyone can access it. We started doing some research, but we don't have enough people to help us. If you are interested or know of anyone who would be interested to help with the research or with writing articles, please contact Irene. Her details will be in the description.